Power of Dogecoin. Yes, you heard it right. We're going to be talking about what drives Dogecoin and what this is all about. So, what's up, YouTube community? Welcome to Invest Desk. My name is Syed, and I'm going to be talking about the power of Dogecoin, not only just from the technical analysis, but also another very important area that I have not touched yet, which is the power of branding itself. So, this is the number one channel, by the way, for cryptocurrency with latest forecast news and updates. And stay tuned, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you get the latest updates and hit the bell notification as well. So before I dive into the actual power of Dogecoin, let's check it out first. All right, so first we're going to take a look at the chart, of course, as usual. So I welcome you once again to this channel. So if you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you're returning, awesome. Welcome, guys. It's a super duper team that I have, and we are absolutely doing a phenomenal job together moving forward with our portfolio, specifically working with or looking into Dogecoin primarily. And that's what we do. So we don't leave anything behind regarding Dogecoin. So let's take a look at the chart. And it was nice to see Dogecoin hit almost 6 cents yesterday, right? And then, of course, right now it's at 0.057, 0.058. That's really what it is. But I'm going to talk about exactly what this means and the power of Dogecoin as it relates to the technical analysis, and of course, how it relates to the branding aspect. So make sure you stay with me on this one, because this is important. I'm also going to give you another important pointers as we move forward. So, and by the way, I'm not a financial advisor, guys, so don't hold me to it. I'm just here to, I do my own research, and I've been doing this for many years. I have a degree in finance, but I've never really a registered financial advisor. With that out of the way, the current price tag of Dogecoin is at 0.057, and now it's kind of holding steady, right? So basically, it's correcting itself. That's all it is doing. Okay, and that's a good sign. And I'm going to show you why once we get into a little bit of a technical analysis, and that way you will really understand the power of Dogecoin. So towards the end, when I get done with the branding aspect and of course our technical analysis, it'll be easier to see. So let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. There we go. So you'll notice it went up to 6 cents, and then now it's about at 0.057, which actually is the next support level. Remember, last couple of weeks we've been following it every day, and our analysis showed that the last couple of weeks, the average price was at 0.05, okay, 0.051, 0.05, that was about it. That was a high price. So now it's holding steady at an average of 0.057, so definitely it's a bump, okay? It's really, the upper limit or the next level, okay, I should say. And still, we're hoping, we're predicting rather, there's high probability for it to cross the 6 cent limit. And of course, I'm going to show you in these charts, but right now, just quick view at the price itself and how you'll notice the pattern here, how it's correcting itself, where our moving averages are just fine on their own, okay, especially the MA200. It's still doing well. So with that said, I want to show you something very interesting here, by the way. So let me go ahead and share. Let's go to my tab here first. And by the way, welcome. And if you have not subscribed yet, so make sure you hit the subscribe button, guys. Appreciate your support. And of course, hit the bell notification and the like as well. So I'm going to navigate to the next here. There we go. Should be able to see it. Perfect. There we go. Now, the reason I bring this up, and by the way, this is simply the historical chart from the start till today of Bitcoin. Okay, and this is pretty powerful. The entire, just this single graphic is a very powerful statement. Okay, so take a couple of seconds to just kind of take a look at it. It starts from 2011, and all the way up to 2021. Okay, and this is again Bitcoin, which is, you know, started back in 2011. And do you remember, by the way, when Bitcoin was only a little under 10 cents? Okay, so let me know in the comments if you were part of that, part of those times where it was less than 10 cents, or just comment and let me know which year you actually got into Bitcoin, if at all. And if you have not yet explored Bitcoin, you should, of course. I'm going to make another video, and I've made a couple of videos also on Bitcoin versus Dogecoin and just on Bitcoin itself, so you might want to go check those out. But let me know in the comments, see where you are in terms of actually having a Bitcoin. Okay, so when we talk about Bitcoin here, so if you look at the history, so understand just the power of Bitcoin itself, right? And that's exactly what we're talking about here, guys. Okay, so when you look at the Bitcoin chart here, it starts at 2011, and it was just under 10 cents. And in 10 years, just 10 years, okay, it's at $55,000, or it hit the max of what, $58,000, right, in 10 years. Well, guess what? If you had $1 invested in Bitcoin and you forgot about it for 10 years and you just woke up today, that's about $58,000. Okay, just $1. So this is exactly what has happened with Bitcoin. Okay, so it's real. Now, the reason I bring this up, okay, here's the reason why I bring this up, is with Dogecoin, I feel and I believe and I see it happening, this timeline is going to cut in, short, because Bitcoin was one of the pioneers of cryptocurrency, right? 10 years ago. It started, nobody even knew about it, people didn't care about it. But today, everyone knows about cryptocurrency. And I'm going to show you some of the breaking news, by the way, as we go along, such as Visa and MasterCard, or Visa specifically. They have their own crypto APIs created, right? So you can link up your wallet with your Visa card. And that's pretty exciting, okay? So, and that's the reason why I bring this up, okay? So look at this chart and let me know what you think of this particular chart, and where you were in 10 years, and actually how did you actually come about buying Bitcoin, if any. And if you did, perfect. That's really what we're talking about here. And then, of course, the reason why I'm bringing this up is the fact that Dogecoin, in my opinion, is going to actually cut all of this in half. So the timeline of Dogecoin will be super short. And here's the reason why. Of course, there's always reasoning and logic, guys, okay? So here's the reason, because right now, today, for example, cryptocurrency has become a reality. 10 years ago, people had no clue. But fast forward today, they were actually, people know about cryptocurrency. Enterprise organizations know about cryptocurrency. The world is actually almost implementing cryptocurrency as we speak. Just a matter of maybe a year, 2, 3, everything will be crypto, guys, okay? And like I just mentioned, Visa and MasterCard, they're thinking of linking up cryptocurrency with their Visa and MasterCard. So you should be able to buy using Bitcoin, using Dogecoin, and other altcoins if you want to use your credit card. And that's exactly what it is. So this is the reason why I bring this up, so that we know just a little bit of history on Bitcoin. So those of you who do not know, there it is. Here's the chart, guys, okay? It was under 10 cents 10 years ago, and it hit 28,000. This is Bitcoin, by the way, okay? Now, the reason, of course, I bring this up one more time, for those of you who are joining right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button, guys, and welcome to this channel, which is the #1 channel for cryptocurrency forecast updates, especially Dogecoin. Okay, so talking about Dogecoin, let me focus more on Dogecoin now. Dogecoin, the power of Dogecoin, that's really what we're after. Okay, it's not going to take 10 years for Dogecoin to go from 10 cents maybe to 58,000. I know it's not it's not the same analogy. We cannot compare Dogecoin with Bitcoin. We've already established that. But that's not the reason why I bring this chart up. Okay, so I'm not comparing apples to apples. The reason why I'm bringing this chart up so you can see the history of Bitcoin just at a glance, and that's really the power of Dogecoin kind of is hidden under this chart. Okay, the way Dogecoin is being accepted, all of these things are happening with Dogecoin. This is the timeline of Dogecoin is going to be cut short in terms of its acceptance, in terms of its usage. So here's Dogecoin, but let me bring up another example here quickly while you're at it. So here's Visa. Okay, of course, they're primarily two large companies, enterprise organizations across the globe that gives you a credit card. One is Visa, the other one is MasterCard, and I'm sure that Discover, American Express, those are also large companies. But look at what Visa has done. They have crypto solutions, new networks, new technologies, and endless possibilities. So what Visa is doing, and there's of course an interview of CEO of Visa at CNN. I think I have it open too, and we'll take a look at that too. He has given some great insights on what Visa is about to do and they're actually doing already. So if I just scroll down here a little bit, this is what's important here is the Visa crypto APIs. Okay, so what they're doing is APIs, by the way, are application programming interface. Think of them as just a bridge between the application and the currency. Okay, so they're just a bridge between two different softwares. Okay, third-party software and native software. So just layman terms right now. So these APIs basically would help the users to buy and sell Bitcoin or participate in new crypto features. So basically increasing user engagement and retention by attracting customers interested in crypto. And we know that there are a little over 106 million crypto users right now. Okay, and Visa and MasterCard see that opportunity. They see this happening as time progresses, but not 10 years. Remember the chart of Bitcoin? I don't, again, it's my open opinion. Let me know what you think. Put a comment in there. I'd like to get your thoughts on the actual acceptance of Dogecoin as a full-fledged people's currency. So these APIs are important. Visa already is offering this, by the way, and they have a network of choice for digital currency wallets like BlockFi, Coinbase, Crypto, Fold, Circle, and so on. So they are already at the cutting edge of implementing cryptocurrency within their infrastructure. Okay, now of course we see the actual results, right? The actual implementation of Visa once it's actually. So let's go back to the actual chart here before I talk about the technical analysis. So here's Bitcoin again. Which you see here is the most complete trading history of Bitcoin, right? Goes all the way back to 2010 when it was under 10 cents. Okay, and that's just look at the chart, right? That's how it is. And if you compare this chart with like Ethereum and others, and even Dogecoin, let me bring up Dogecoin chart. So kind of we can do a quick comparative analysis here about Dogecoin. I think I have it open here. There we go. So this is just the beginning, right? Of course it is the beginning. But even in the beginning, right, Dogecoin is performing exceptionally well, in my humble opinion. So that's really what it is, okay? And not just because of mere speculation, not because, and by the way, this was a meme currency. This was a joke. It's not. It's not anymore, okay? So we are going to take a look at, of course, and talk more about the power of Dogecoin and why Dogecoin is no longer a joke anymore. So of course, forget the year of the ox. 2021 is of course, and moving forward, is rapidly shaping up to be the year of the Doge, which is of course the internet meme currency of Shiba Inu dog, right? And we all know this. And just briefly, of course, early February, like the first week of February, we saw Elon Musk, right, Tesla CEO, and of course other influencers backing Doge up, or started to back Doge up, right? They started to tweet about Dogecoin, And then of course that kind of also brought Dogecoin into the limelight. And I'm going to talk about branding too, of course, and that's really the key, one of the aspects of the power of Dogecoin. So by the way, before I move forward, just hit the subscribe button, guys. Appreciate your support and your love, of course. And by the way, we just crossed a little over 1,000 or 1,100 subscribers, exceptionally well. I just cannot thank you for your support. You guys are simply awesome. So I certainly appreciate that. All right, so we're talking about the actual power of Dogecoin, and we know that early February these billionaires started to back Dogecoin up, and we've covered this extensively in the last 2 weeks, every single day. Now, understand Dogecoin's popularity. It was, of course, launched in 2013, right? Using the base code of Litecoin, which itself is an offshoot of Bitcoin, and was developed by Billy Marcus and Jackson Palmer, who just copied some code and then created a payment system as a joke inspired by the Shiba Inu dog meme. That's how it kind of started, right? Just a little bit of history. But Dogecoin is different from other cryptocurrencies, the way it's designed, because it is essentially a brand. Okay, let me say that again. Dogecoin is not just technically viable, but it's also definitely a brand. And we're going to talk more about branding, okay? So successful branding is key. Like we think about, like if you want to eat fast food, what comes to your mind? McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, right? That Wendy's, just these top four, and there's so many other. You really think about just these four, right? Why? Because primarily because of branding. And just like yours, you go to a grocery shop, you buy cereal, you go to your clothing store, you buy shoes. There, you pay for the brand. So no matter where you go, you're actually doing that. And the same thing is happening with Dogecoin. And that's what is causing Dogecoin to become the people's crypto, okay, all across the globe. So it is really the successful brands, they place their message into a customer's worldview and make them feel good about themselves. This is the coin that kind of serves a purpose. It's an inflationary design coin. So technically it doesn't have a cap. It's technically unlimited supply, right? But theoretically, rather, it's unlimited supply. And what that means is basically it grows with the global growth, right? So the inflation, it kind of goes up in price. But what we've seen the last 2 weeks, the price jumped from 0.049, 0.05 to 0.058. Okay, so that's about 10-15% gains in the last week or two, and that's important. Okay, so even with the realm of, let's say, cryptocurrency as a whole, if you look at it, Dogecoin differentiated itself through its meme joke, right? Because people relate to something. So the reputation is a feel-good currency, was driven by feel-good acts such as it helped the bobsled team, encouraged by the community itself. So now, of course, it started in 2013, but 2014 a fundraiser was established. We talked about that, we covered that, right, moving forward. But the real power of Dogecoin power is a cultural product, and that's really what is driving, right, is the culture. Is the community, and that's exactly what we're doing. For example, on here on this channel, we're focusing primarily on Dogecoin, right? Getting really in depth about running the analysis, both technically and otherwise. So let's take a look at. I want to show you something here. This is I pulled this up right here. Where is it? Okay, so let me first, right here. Let's go down this chart right here. So Doge is getting ready for the next bullish run, okay? Before I continue my branding theory about Dogecoin, just quickly, just sideways a little bit. So we know where Dogecoin is right now. It's at 0.057, but this chart kind of shows that Dogecoin is kind of in the correction phase one more time. So at 0.057, it's in correction. That's what that means is it's going sideways one more time, just like it was last week right here. Okay, last couple of weeks, the trend was sideways, is consolidating, right? So it's basically correcting itself from the jump yesterday from 0.6, and now it's at 0.57. But the good thing is that the support level has now risen, so it's really going up, or at least to 0.57, right? So the idea, the prediction, the high probability, what this analysis shows right here that you see is that we had a strong bullish push up, which we did yesterday, right? And now wait for the LTF continuation correction to buy. So this is loss to follow, right? A term here we use an indicator. Wait for LTF continuation, the loss to follow, continuation correction to buy. So basically what this means is we're waiting maybe today, maybe tomorrow, just correcting itself before it pushes up to the next level, okay, to the 0.7, 0.8, and to the next level. And that's really what the technical analysis is showing. Now, by the way, this is not being based on any memes anymore. It's not based on any influential individuals, right? What do you think? Let me know. Let me see some comments here. I've not checked the comments yet. Oh, perfect. Welcome, guys. So if you guys are new, awesome. Welcome to this channel. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you're returning, welcome, guys. I appreciate your help and support. We are doing an awesome job moving forward. And let me bring up the count here so we can also see how many of us are in the group. Awesome. Perfect. So quick comments here. Let me pick up some comments. Hector, welcome back. Nice to see you, buddy. I'm so happy I bought at the dip at 4 cents. Well, yeah, we all are. Remember 2 weeks ago we were just talking about it. In fact, we were streaming and the price went down, and this was exactly when I bought it, and I'm sure a lot of you bought it. So awesome. I'm glad it helps. Now it prices, of course, at 0.057, and it continues to go. And of course, the next bullish run is yet to come because it's consolidating. It's just doing a minor correction here at 0.057, which is again set to go up. And the next maybe could go today, tomorrow, a couple of days, but probably sooner. All right, a couple of more comments. Welcome. Nuzzle says, I sold it today, will buy later at a lower price. Well, if you're pumping and dumping, well, we don't know. There's definitely a portfolio that you can maintain. If you're doing sort of like a day trade, that's a strategy that you want to use. Perfect, that works. But typically, when we do our weekly analysis over the weekend, we talk about a couple of portfolios. One is the long-term, right, Dogecoin that you want to hold, buy and hold. And then, of course, the other one, you could do what you're doing. So definitely, yeah, let me know how it pans out in the next coming days if the price comes lower, right? All right, Tim. Welcome, Tim. How's it going, buddy? Isn't that brand a double-edged sword, though? The meme aspect made it popular, but won't it also hinder the currency going forward? Good question, Tim, and that's exactly what I'm going to be covering. I spoke a little bit about branding, but as I move forward, you will see that the brand itself, along with the technical aspects, along with the demand of the people, right? Because the real price is driven by people, okay? Like the value is given to a particular product, whether it's a cryptocurrency, whether it's a product, whether it's anything, right? So people give it a value. If there's no demand for any of them, now I'll give you an example here. Remember we talked about, I did a video a couple of days ago about those what are called NFTs, right? Non-fungible tokens, because people just sold about $7 million worth of digital art, just a picture. It's worth $7 million. Well, of course, because there's just demand. And I remember back in those days when we were actually trading physical baseball cards, guys, right? That was way back then when I was doing my college years, okay, or even prior to that. So, and that's exactly what it is. So, brand is absolutely powerful. So, the more Dogecoin is accepted within the community, the more you're going to see it happening. Okay. All right, perfect. So I'm also worried about all these billionaires and celebs buying in big. By the way, just so you know, let me quickly show you this before I forget, based on this comment by Not. This is good. Someone just bought $160 million worth of Dogecoin. So let's see if I can bring that up. Not here. It should be right here. Right here. I'm not sure if it's true or not. I honestly have not checked up on this yet myself, but yeah, let me know if you guys have checked this. This is a tweet. It looks like a tweet by investments_CEO. Someone just put 160 million to Dogecoin. I don't know if it's real or not, but that's what's happening. Okay, so yeah, we're buying. So if they bought $160 million worth of Doge at 0.48, 0.47 just last week, and 0.58, if they were to dump it, right, guess what? That's about 15-20% return. And we established that, by the way. We ran the numbers last week, last couple of weeks. We do it every week. So coming this weekend, right, we'll also run it again and see where our portfolios are moving forward. So yeah, definitely people are buying. They're definitely buying. So let's go back to our price chart here and pick up on this comment. So yeah, thanks, Civico. That's exactly what it is. Okay. All right. So Don, welcome. I'm buying on the dip. If they want to get greedy, yeah, that's true. If this, of course, if they sell it, the price may go a little bit down. But we've seen that the whales have started to sell also. Okay. We saw that. We covered that a couple of days ago also. And then, of course, what's your opinion on having, and this is by Free, welcome Free. What's your opinion on having 50,000 Doge in Robinhood and 50,000 in Binance? I talked about this yesterday, by the way, about Robinhood. Just a quick recap. Robinhood, the only concern that I have with Robinhood is that they don't give you access to your own wallet. They don't give you the keys. You don't have access to your wallet, right? They have control. So that's really what it is. Otherwise, it's a great platform. I'm also on Robinhood. I'm also on Binance. I'm also on Kraken. I'm also on Webull, and I'm also on TradeX, right? So there's several portfolios that I'm actually working with. Some are active, some are day trades, some are long term. So definitely, I think both are good. And the reason why I'm also diversified in these different exchanges is because I don't want to put everything in one exchange, okay? And especially, you do want to get a hardware wallet, guys, by the way. Remember the Ledger Nano S? I think I have a link in the description, so if you want to go check that out, do so. Yeah, it's right here. So let me see if I can pull this up. And so you may want to explore there. This is highly recommended. And of course, this is best practice. So you want to get your own Ledger Nano S wallet. This will help you maintain your own keys. All right, let's go back to the chart here quick. I want to talk about the power of Dogecoin, and that's really what it is. You see it happening here, some consolidation phase before it jumps up to the 8 or 9 level. So the indicators still indicate that this is a buy. Right here, the technicals say, it's still a buy. So it's definitely a buy right now for Dogecoin. Because it did hit the 6-cent mark and kind of came down. All right, so let's take a look at one more time. Let's talk more about the branding. Let me continue the branding aspect, okay? Now, think about this. When we talk about branding, you remember GameStop, you remember the frenzy that, is fascinating because we witnessed to what extent memes are capable of moving markets, okay? We saw that, and that actually happened, right? It shook the entire stock market. Robinhood had to freeze purchasing, right? And all this just recently happened. So basically, we witnessed to about these memes that are capable of moving markets with the like GameStop frenzy. It was not only the spread of an idea, but the spread of behavior. Because if you go to Reddit community, right, at Wall Street Bets, basically what happened, they all just got together, right? While the community at Wall Street Bets is hardly a monolith, by the way, where members are stretched their dollars and humor to hang out to strands for an abstract network. But they experienced the rush of understanding, the language, the code words that they were using on Wall Street Bets, because normal, person first time going would not know what they were talking about, but they actually made it so. So the idea of Dogecoin, by the way, being, let's say, about worth 8 cents is the same as GameStop being worth $320 or so, right? It doesn't make sense, does it, right? But the idea of joke currency becoming a trending market asset is really amusing due to the irony. And remember, Elon Musk said fate loves irony. And Musk said during this chat, by the way, and he tweeted on Twitter too, on the invite-only social media clubhouse, right? That's what he I think he said that. So the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future. People's crypto. That's exactly what it is going towards. And the entire community is driving Dogecoin to become the currency of the Earth, okay? And we know, like I just showed you the Visa, MasterCard, all these enterprise companies, they are looking one way or the other. They're just trying to almost figure it out how they can jump into the cryptocurrency world and start offering their clients, their customers to buy things with cryptocurrency. And Dogecoin, of course, is designed perfectly as a people's coin. And we've covered that last week. Now, most altcoins, you know that cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin, for example, are deflationary, okay? Whereas, of course, Dogecoin is inflationary in design. That means that, of course, there's a hard cap on the number of coins that will ever be in existence. So Bitcoin is deflationary, okay? With a hard cap of, let's say, 21 million coins, which means that I think in 2040, right? 2040, yeah, just about 18 years from now. Based on this hard cap on Bitcoin, they will not have any more new Bitcoins come into existence after 2040. So that is the reason why you see the price go up for Bitcoin exponentially, right? It's just going, and that's why it's called digital gold, because this will become the reserve, okay? And it has also consistently beaten real gold, by the way. And we saw that yesterday too, we covered that, okay? We're going to talk about Bitcoin. And similarly, in contrast, if you talk about the fiat currency like the US dollar, and the central bank can issue new money at any time. And there's no limit, just like inflationary design, right? So US dollar does the same kind of thing. There's no limit on how much money they can print and they can create. So in this respect, Dogecoin is closer to fiat than Bitcoin, and we know that, okay? Which is often considered as an asset class, vis-a-vis digital gold. So Dogecoin being an inflationary currency, it can still experience, of course, price volatility, and we see that happening due to presence of these whales, and that's exactly what it is. Otherwise, it'll be just a nice ride all the way up, right? Because they have about 25 or 28% of circulating supply. That's about $2 billion plus US dollars. And we saw that, right? And that's really what concerns Elon Musk too, because he wants them to sell. He wants them to get out of holding such a high amount of circulating supply. And same thing, and there's much evidence to say that this whale could be Robinhood, and we don't know yet, but it's just speculation, okay? So online exchanges such as, for example, Robinhood, they're also crucial for wider cryptocurrency adoption because they help investors skip the technical know-how required for holding the crypto assets. That's why they don't give you the wallet keys. They don't give you, because Robinhood is designed for easy interface, right? So for new individuals, if you're new into cryptocurrency, Robinhood would make sense, right? So they don't, give you private wallets, for example. Needless to say, hardware-based wallets, right, or your crypto keys. So Coinbase, for example, is also going public. We talked about that. That just announced in February. They're going public in March, which is an exchange, cryptocurrency exchange in the US. They are going public, which means that all these currencies traded on Coinbase will also be, one form or the other, be regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission. So really, we know that Dogecoin definitely is no longer a joke. It's a real currency. It's working. Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban's team has implemented. They have sold 20,000 tickets. We covered yesterday this. So what hype, versus what real? The real power of Dogecoin. While, of course, there's, maybe grounds to support the credibility of Dogecoin as a complementary currency. Determining basically requires of course, understanding more of its implication as a financial instrument. But since it's an inflationary design currency, coin, it's not designed to surge like Bitcoin, which has limited supply. Okay, so it's really not designed that way. And Dogecoin is no more, by the way, as we've experienced in the past few weeks, we've seen Dogecoin's performance from 0.05. Now it's at 0.057. And guess what? It may go to 0.06. And this is all happening in 1 week, guys. Okay, it's not that, we're not talking about 6 months, a year. So this is exactly what is happening with it. Okay. All right. So let me switch to comments. Let's take a look. Yeah, get those comments coming in, guys. Welcome. If you're new to this channel, by the way, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. All right. Free says, thank you for the advice. Well, you're most welcome, of course. Don't hold me to it. I'm not a registered financial advisor, but of course, I've been doing it for many, many, many years. So yeah, thank you for your support, Free. Appreciate it so much. You should do on video on how wallets actually work. Yeah, it's in the pipeline. I may do it tomorrow. I think I have it on my schedule here. But this week I'll talk about DogeDex wallet, and I'm going to demonstrate, in fact, show you guys how to actually create an account in DogeDex, pull up a wallet, or other wallets too, like Jack's wallet. I have a couple of them. So I'll do that. That will be definitely helpful for you guys to see. But thanks for the insight. Yep, thanks for the reminder. Don says Dogecoin is on the move again. Much. Wow. Yes, it is. It's 0.057 right now. That's what it is. Let's verify quick. Yes, 0.0578, and that's holding pretty nicely at 0.0578. All right. Tim says, I agree in the wallet discussion. I'm on Robinhood simply because the idea of maintaining a digital wallet is intimidating. Yeah, like I said, it's easy to open an account in Robinhood, but of course you don't get your own, you don't have control, right? So that's really, as of course you get more experience into cryptocurrency investing, you have multiple portfolios, you definitely want to get your own wallet. So yeah, I'll definitely have it on my notes here. I'll create one in detail, talk about wallets and talk about keys and how they work. All right. Credo, financial fried rice. All right, take care, Cray. We'll see you later, of course. All right, so let's go back to our chart here. I want to show you something quick here. A couple of back to our Visa CEO. I was watching this. This is about a 6-minute video, but the CEO of Visa gave some great insight on CNN. Okay, this was pretty nice, the way how Visa is envisioning cryptocurrency. Talked about APIs, talk about digital wallets, where you would have control of your own digital wallets. At the same time, you would be linking your cryptocurrency with your Visa card, right? For example, they would issue you a new Visa card, your cryptocurrency Visa card. That's probably what I see it coming. It's already here. Okay, so this is if you want to go check it out. Visa CEO asked about future of cryptocurrency, so he gave some good insight on a 6-minute. So let me see if I can play this just for a couple of minutes so we can see.
One of the other things that you're doing, and we're talking about this a lot right now, is what is the strategy as far as the crypto space is concerned? And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I see sort of two paths in terms of your vision. One is facilitating what I know you're very passionate about, which is financial inclusion and allowing and facilitating people to invest in crypto or digital assets if they want to accumulate wealth and think there's a way to do that. But the other thing is the network effect. So allowing people to transact between cryptocurrencies, let's use Bitcoin as an example, transact and swap that into fiat currency and then spend it. Are those the two paths?
Well, we want to be in the middle of any movement of funds, and we don't try to decide what's going to take off or not take off, and we don't pick winners and losers. We just get ready to enable whatever could possibly happen. And I think crypto is an exciting trend. There's cryptocurrencies, which are kind of the digital gold. Think of Bitcoin, and what we're trying to do is create utility, which first of all making sure that our Visa cards are used to be able to purchase Bitcoin. And then when somebody wants to convert their Bitcoin to a fiat currency, use a Visa credential to go shop at our 70 million merchants around the world. So we're trying to create that utility. In digital currencies, we really see them as a potential player in global commerce going forward. And we're doing a number of things to make sure that we enable that to happen if in fact that's what consumers want to have happen. So we're working with 35 of the biggest the big crypto around the world, making sure that these various digital currencies can be converted into a fiat currency, and that money can then be spent from a Visa card in a wallet, and again, at any one of our 70 million merchants around the world. We're also looking to make sure that we can, and we've been working on our infrastructure for 18 months to make sure that we can enable digital settlement. Today, we allowed transactions in 160 currencies, and we settled in the evening on 25 different currencies. Over time, I looked at for us to be able to settle in cryptocurrencies, and we're experimenting with that right now with a couple of issuers, and over time with acquirers. And then last week, I think it was, we announced a set of crypto APIs, which are basically allowing a bank for their customers to have an on-ramp through their mobile app or through their website to be able to go buy, trade, and custody cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. And our first pilot is with First Boulevard, a company that's focused on the Black community in the United States, and trying to help them get to a state where they're more financially included in the mainstream. And that's something that's extremely important to us. The bottom line is that I don't know whether crypto will be adopted and at what pace it will be adopted, but we are ready to go, and we're leading the marketplace by a lot in terms of setting up the on-ramps for people to be able to facilitate using these various digital currencies.
If it's happening, you want to be there. We're talking a lot about what we call decentralized coins, but what about, because there will be people looking at this who know something about digital and digital assets like these and saying they're too volatile, you can't spend these, the transaction costs are too high. What about paving the way one day, and central banks are clearly talking about this, as being a facilitator of using central bank digital money, so a Fed coin, a Bank of England coin. Can you envisage a future where that becomes perhaps a bigger part of the network than any of these individual coins that we've just mentioned?
Oh, I certainly can. And we're in conversations with a number of central banks around the world about various private-public partnerships where a network like ours globally can really help a central bank that tends to focus, obviously, on their single domestic market. And we have a network that spans virtually every country and territory in the world, and we can help facilitate much wider utility in terms of buying if these central bank digital currencies take off. And I think there's likelihood that they might, and I think that they could be a vehicle that helps uplift some of the 1.7 billion people around the world who today, Julia, are outside the financial mainstream. And that's an objective that we share. We want all people to be in the financial mainstream, and we're going to continue to do everything we can to enable that to happen. It's going to take a long time, but we're patient, and we're in it for the long term to make it happen.
Yeah, and you have all sorts of programs, which I would love you to come back and talk about again, including digitally enabling 15 million small businesses around the world, and you've got all sorts of programs which are phenomenal. I have about 30 seconds left, so I'm going to ask a question that I've been asking all CEOs and presidents of big companies. Any plans, in light of what Tesla's done with cash on the balance sheet, to swap out some of that cash and buy Bitcoin, for example, or digital assets to diversify your balance sheet, Al?
No, we have no plans to do that, Julia. Our focus at this point is 100% on being ready to enable digital currencies to have utility and be used in a safe, secure fashion for consumers around the world, if in fact that is what takes off.
Yeah, you've got enough going on. Fantastic to have you on the show, and please come back and talk to us soon.
All right, great. So you just saw what Visa CEO is actually talking about here, right? So he's talking about the future of digital currencies, which are real potential, right, in the global commerce going forward. So he's not just talking about the US, he's not talking about a particular place, right? He's talking about the actual space itself. So let me know what you think, what your take is. So let me get some comments here coming in about what you see happening with digital currency moving forward. So if Visa CEO has this vision of implementing cryptocurrency as part of the transaction for people, guess what? Of course, if you were to buy something in Bitcoin, and I give this example, I do it every single time, guys, okay? Bitcoin is not designed for a day-to-day transaction or smaller transaction, because the interval time, the transaction verification interval time of Bitcoin is a little over 10 minutes, right? Something around there. But Dogecoin, it's less than a minute, so it makes sense. All right. So definitely we see it happening, and the real power of Dogecoin lies with its design. It's easier for these enterprise companies to implement Dogecoin, and it has already been implemented. We're not just creating a hype. We're not just talking about the implementation, the future. It's actually happening, right? Mark Cuban's team did it. He did it, okay? 20,000 tickets were sold using Dogecoin. And he says that if this continues to go forward, I think I have his tweet. I may have his tweet here somewhere. Let me bring this up so we can relate. We can take a look at it. Let's see. Oh, I don't have it. Oh, there we go. On my Twitter, I may. There we go. So the Dallas Mavs have done more than 20,000 Dogecoins in transactions. So Mark Cuban, tweets that if they do another 6556000, it'll take Dogecoin to $1. Okay. So, and this is just Mark talking about his team, guys. But we're not looking just at one source of acceptance of Dogecoin. Dogecoin is being accepted otherwise. Remember CoinFlip ATM machines? Over 1,800 machines in 46 states, right? CoinFlip CEO wants those machines in Tesla stores. Guess what? Another source. Amazon, Walmart, other companies, and so on. There's so many. And I'm sure the smaller companies are already working with Dogecoin in implementing Dogecoin or using Dogecoin rather. And that's really what the power is. And the power is going to quadruple. It's going to exponentially grow as things move forward. So this is another example of the actual, not only the Dogecoin's acceptance based on its design, but also the branding power. Okay, so getting back to our brand, and we're talking about branding here, how it shapes people's behavior, right? So it's really, after all, we're emotional beings, right? Social media, especially Reddit, and we've seen that happen with GameStop, right? The Wall Street bets, look at what they did. So we are, especially Reddit, for example, has managed to, strum our emotional strands in such a way that these cultural assets appear to levitate and gravitate also, and seems to be pulling these financial beyond our own imagination. And that's really, so right now, to, let's say, investing in Dogecoin, for example, is to participate in this cultural aspect, right? So this branding aspect, not only both ways. So in this channel, I'm not just talking about mere speculation here, guys, right? And you guys know this. If you're already following, if you're a subscriber. If not, by the way, please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate the, if you subscribe and hit the bell notification so you actually get to notified every time I come up with the new analysis here. All right, so let's pick up some comments here quick. Will Dogecoin reach a new height of maybe $50? Yeah, the way it's growing, remember I showed you the Bitcoin chart. So if the same thing happens, it will definitely continue to grow as the currency gets more accepted. So this is by Iodeshi. So welcome to this channel, Wayne. Alexander, hi, I'm new to the channel. Welcome, Wayne. So hey, everyone, let's welcome Wayne. Appreciate it, Wayne. So if you've subscribed, awesome. We do streams every single day. We do analysis, and we do a weekly recap. We also share our portfolio and talk about it and see how well we perform every single week. So yeah, welcome. All right, hit the like button, guys. And then let's move to our next quick chart here. I want to show you something else. Which is right here, the Doge price forecast, of course, right? Of course, it's a bullish forecast, and we saw the chart earlier, and we're seeing Doge move past the 0.70 mark. This analysis is done by Robert here in this article. Definitely bullish. So it can go higher than 7 cents, right? Back to its 8 cents, which was the highest so far last, 3 weeks ago. So the price forecast shows Dogecoin's current growth, which is signaling a bullish outlook for the number 10 crypto, is number 14 on the rank, but the third most popular cryptocurrency right now, that's what it is. That's Dogecoin. Okay, it has been talked about, even so that I have it here. It was mentioned on Bloomberg as well. Okay, so that's Doge. That's Dogecoin. Okay, it's going to be the people's currency, people's crypto. So let's go back to our price chart here on Binance here. I want to show you another trend, an indicator rather. There we go. Perfect. All right, so right now it's at 0.057 and just holding there, right? Because it is getting ready for the next bullish run. That's what the consolidation phase is. This is exactly what the same pattern that we saw for the last couple of weeks, where it was stable at 0.049, 0.05, 0.051, that range. So right now it's at 0.057. Okay, so both the power in branding itself as a cryptocurrency, as the currency of the earth, as well as the technical aspects of Dogecoin makes it a powerful element, powerful currency moving forward. So it's definitely no more a joke as it used to be, where people think about it. It's not. It's really something beyond this. Okay, and it turns out that while these stories that make up the brand momentum, brands tell stories, not telling but showing. Okay, and that's a good point about brand itself. So brand is not just about marketing and just hype about how good the product looks, but it has to perform also, and that's the real key, by the way. Okay, so Dogecoin has done both. It is not only turned itself into a brand, but also is performing accordingly. Okay, and that's really what is causing people to get into and buy more, because that's what it is. Okay, and that's really what the power of Dogecoin is. So just wanted to cover on this stream the power of Dogecoin, some predictions, some forecasts. We're still at the consolidation, the stability, a little bit of correction from the yesterday bullish run, and it's getting ready to go to the next level, guys. Okay, so don't hold me to it. Of course, I'm gonna see if I can collect some more Doge for myself, because if it goes up, it'll probably go up to 0.6, 0.7 is going to cross that mark. Okay, so keep that in mind. Run your own analysis. Take a deep look into where it is right now and what's going to happen next, because it is at 0.057. All right, so thank you so much, guys, for your support. By the way, I appreciate you joining in. And if you're new, do hit the subscribe button. That's awesome. We're growing together as a team, and this is super exciting. Okay, this is great. Like my students, we teach over 1 million. I teach over 1 million students on Claydesk.com as the CEO, founder of Claydesk, and of course at InvestDesk. This is something that I just started because offline before this channel, I was mentoring a lot of students about investments and helping out with their portfolios and so on. So they came up to me and said, "Well, Syed, why don't you share your knowledge online?" So that's what I did. So thank you so much for your support, guys. This is awesome. Keep the share, keep the love, keep the support coming in. Hit the like button, and of course the subscribe and the bell notification, so you get notified every single time there's something new comes up, something important, not just speculation itself, but also some solid information that actually driving Dogecoin, taking it to the next level slowly but surely. Remember, so it's not just the brand itself. The power of Dogecoin is the brand plus the performance. Okay, so both things make up this cryptocurrency, in my opinion, the number one. And I just made a video yesterday, by the way, the top 5 altcoins. So if you want to go check that out too, do so. You'll get some real valuable information in that as well. All right, so this is where Dogecoin is. This is what I had on my agenda for in this stream. So let me know. Let's get some comments coming up. Wayne says all set and hooked up. Thank you. Appreciate it, Wayne. Thank you so much. Highly appreciate your support, guys. All of you have been wonderful. Let's see. Let me pick up my notes here. I don't want to miss anything. I want to make sure I cover every single thing I have. And on a lighter note, by the way, so checking Doge in the morning, Mark Cuban is kind of funny here. Couple of more interesting things on Dogecoin that you can go through. Yeah, that's all I have. That's all I have. I wanted to cover the branding as well as the performance and technical analysis. Let's see if I missed a chart. I want to show you another one here. I had two in mind. Dogecoin consolidation between 5 and 6 cents. This one, okay, right here. This is about 15 hours ago. This is by D.H. Lawrence. I take a look at his charts. I think he does a good job, but what I don't like is all these vector lines. He just places all these lines, but that's okay. He goes crazy with these lines. But let me simplify this, okay? So definitely the patterns here that you see, the pink pattern here is the one that's forming now, and it's going to take Doge to the next level, maybe up to 10 cents, 11 cents. That's what the analysis here shows, okay? And there was another pattern that we did last week, couple of weeks ago, when it took the first jump, right? That was the exact same pattern. So same vector lines, same pattern is now being predicted for Dogecoin to go to 10 cents. So yeah, definitely. So it'll be nice to see at the end of the week when we do our weekly analysis, because today is Tuesday. We still have 3 more days for the week, and then over the weekend we do our analysis. So make sure you stay tuned on Saturday over the weekend, where I run the numbers, where we take a look at the highs and the lows and the average cost and where we purchase. So this is where Doge is right now at 0.057. You see these 3 dots, right? That's what it is. And if it goes up, it's going to be another bull run. It's going to go to 6 cents, 7 cents, maybe even 10 cents. Remember we talked about 10 cents, Doge at 10 cents? Well, it's happening sooner than we actually think, right? So definitely it'll be interesting. This week has been awesome so far. Let's see what the next couple of days pan out, and if it goes up as a bull run, it's gonna go up. So definitely it's a buy indicator at this point, but do your own analysis, guys. Don't hold me to anything. Make sure you have your own due diligence conducted. All right, so I'm gonna wrap up here. Let's take a couple of comments. Final. Arkham, welcome. Hi Desk, what do you think? We should jump in and buy some more? Yeah, I just talked about it. So definitely the indicators indicate that it's a buy, okay? But again, do not please hold me to this. I'm not a registered financial advisor, so I don't want you coming back to me and say, Syed, you made us, lose all this money. So don't do that. But yeah, definitely, I think it's a buy. And let me wrap this up by talking and summarizing our discussion today. I hope you found it useful, and here I am. So we talked about the power of Dogecoin, guys, okay? And that's what we did, and that's exactly what we're looking for to see it happening as we move forward, okay? So the indicators based on our technical analysis, what we saw is still a buy, okay? There was a bullish run yesterday. We were consolidating. We did consolidate. This is the consolidation phase right now that is happening. It could happen till today, till maybe early tomorrow, but definitely getting ready for a bull run, okay? Well, that's what the analyses are for other individuals as well, and mine too. So if you want to buy, go ahead. It's up to you. Of course, this is your decision, okay? Don't hold me to it. But we talk about the power of Dogecoin in terms of branding and performance. Remember, it not only is a meme currency anymore, it's actually a real thing. People are implementing it. They're using it, okay? In fact, transacting in Dogecoin. And we saw, Mark Cuban's team, Dallas Mavericks, transact 20,000 transactions in Dogecoin, CoinFlip ATM, and all these things that are happening actually happened last week. We see it. We see the results this week, right? So whatever happens last week, we actually see the results, okay? So whatever happens this week, moving forward, I just showed you the Visa CEO, right? You saw what he says. You heard what he said, right? They are implementing cryptocurrency in one way or the other. They're offering APIs to developers so they can connect, other platforms with Visa and offer cryptocurrency so they can transact in cryptocurrency, okay? So, and just like MasterCard, CEO is also looking for a stable coin. Amazon, other companies, Walmart, all these companies, enterprise companies, all across the globe, by the way, not just in the US, but worldwide, they will be implementing cryptocurrency because this is the future. It has arrived. It's just a matter of acceptance. Remember Bitcoin? I showed you the chart earlier. Initially, 10 years ago, Bitcoin was at 10 cents. Go figure, right? Same thing with Dogecoin, guys. This is, and of course, this is my opinion, and I always say this. It's I think the most undervalued currency at this point at 5 cents. Even though it's inflationary design, even though it's not designed to spike up, go crazy like Bitcoin does, but it is a currency of the earth. It's the people's currency. That's how it's designed. That's how it's positioned. That's how it's being branded at. So let me know what you think. And of course, moving forward with Dogecoin, it'll be interesting to see. Today's Tuesday, so we'll see how Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday pans out as we, close up our week coming up. And then, of course, Saturday we'll do our full analysis about the highs and the lows for the entire week and whether you bought it, whether you sold it. That's, of course, your own decisions. So make sure you choose and make your decisions wisely. My goal is to share my expertise, my experience in portfolio, my own personal portfolios that I also talk about and share so that you can make informed decisions for yourself. So thank you guys for your support. I cannot thank you enough. This is absolutely wonderful. I was not hoping, by the way, quite honestly, to have this channel grow so quickly and get you guys support and grow. But if you're finding this content valuable, if it's helping you just a little bit, thank you so much again. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, bell notification, and give me your comments. So of course I'll take on. We talked about wallets, by the way. I know I got several comments about wallets and your keys. And definitely it's recommended to have your own wallet, whether it's hardware based or software based. Okay, so if you're new to the cryptocurrency world or the investment area, you may want to use software based wallets or have other companies manage your wallets, like Robinhood, for example. They don't give you your own keys, so they manage your wallets. Okay, you can just buy and sell, and that's what you can do there. But as you grow more, as you get more experienced, you definitely want to pursue having your own crypto keys, right? Your keys to the wallet. Okay, so I hope this helps. Thank you so much for your support. I'm going to end this video in a short while. Let me see if I can pick up some comments here, by the way, if you have any more.